even though we should have won. That's just my personal opinion. Liverpool destroyed us on shots and chances and possession. But our counter attack play was fantastic. What? Be quiet. But it just shows everybody where we need to improve, and that is our squad depth. Because let's be honest, winks for Kulusevski. Emerson Royale, it was all right. But when it comes to attacking, he can't put it across to save his life. But really good game. I expected 4-1 loss. Christian expected
5-1 loss.
5-1?
But also a 3-1 win.
A 3-1 win. Nah, but today, such a special day. I'm rolling 1 point behind Arsenal as well. And since it's such a special day, okay, I got it now, never mind. We're bringing in somebody very, very special. Kuva99!
Kuva99.
Hello.
Big up, boys. How are you doing? Pleasure to be on your show.
Pardon?
Pleasure to be on your show. Fastest growing show.
It's a pleasure for you to join us.
Wait.
It's a pleasure having you here. There we go.
It's where it's all happening. Fastest growing show on the Spurs community.
Really?
Yeah.
You are.
Wait, I didn't even know we were. But yeah!
Did you enjoy the game today, lads?
It was very nerve-wracking.
It was. You're right.
But it was good.
Yeah.
Well done. Yep. Good answer.
To be fair,
good defense.
I completely blame Christian for the loss. Oh, the draw. My bad. The draw. I'm eccentric. Let's just say that. I'm very happy right now.
It felt a little bit like a loss at the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
We've done so well for so long.
Yeah. Usually it's supposed to put me in a good mood, but I'm pretty down, but I'm pretty happy as well.
Because we're in.
It's better to have 1 point than no points.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big game though. Well, I guess let's get right into the questions.
Yep.
Why do you think Conte took off Sessegnon for Davinson Sanchez and Kulu for wings?
I think they'd sort of run themselves out in the game. Sessegnon had covered an awful lot of ground. He was our big attacking outlet for us all the way through the game. I think he'd just run out of steam at that point. You never know with him. He's so prone to getting injuries that perhaps it was a precautionary thing, try and keep him fresh for the next game, because we simply don't have another left wing back now. So a little bit shoring up the defence, adding a bit more height to it as well with Davinson Sanchez. As for Winks coming on, I think everybody sort of panics a little bit when you see that. But in theory, he should be a player that comes on, helps you keep possession of the ball and just keep some simple passing going and make sure we see the timeout. But that's not what he usually does, is it?
Yeah.
I think at that point, Kulusevski is also looking pretty tired. He'd done a lot of work as well. The whole team would really put in such incredible effort. It was a really, really great day. Really proud of the team effort.
Yeah.
And to be honest, as soon as I saw Winks go on the pitch, I started crying.
As soon as Winks came on the pitch, I'm like, damn, my 4-1 prediction was right.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Winks makes you panic a bit.
Yeah.
I think crying. Yeah, I was sort of crying on the inside, pretending it was okay. But you fear the worst. You really do fear the worst.
Okay, now to the next one. Do you think we should have gotten the 3 points?
Absolutely. The way we defended throughout, it was we had a little dodgy period before half time. First half hour, I thought we did very well. Then Liverpool really started putting us under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A few mistakes creeping into our game, a few misplaced passes, a few very dodgy moments. And we came through it. So at the same time, we did have some very dangerous breaks. And of course, we did get a goal as well.
Yeah.
And you could argue their goal was lucky because it looked like it could have been a shot that was going anywhere. And they had to rely on that huge deflection. So
Yeah.
we could have scored another one late on as well. If only Højbjerg had a little bit more confidence in himself to head it back across the goalkeeper. Could have gone in, or Kane could have got on the end of it there as well.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, Jay. It's just one of those ones where you felt like we could have had all 3 points there.
Yeah.
Perhaps a bit greedy, but that's what football's supposed to be like. You take it when it's on offer.
Yeah. It's hilarious because the first goal it came from Emerson trying to clear the ball. And you should have seen it was going wayward. And then ended up leading to a goal.
Yeah. It was great.
I just found that hilarious.
A little bit before that, perhaps you want to argue that Harry Kane had been a little bit greedy before that, perhaps not passing it when he should have. But just when the chance did arrive, he slid in a beautiful through ball for Sessegnon, and we got the goal out of it. So it all came together right when we needed it.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we all know this, but after the West Ham game where Bergwijn started, every single game that Conte brought Bergwijn on, or Bergwijn, every single game he put him on. It's always been past the 80th minute, in which he hasn't really been able to be really impactful into the game. Unlike the Leicester game where, he scored 2 goals, which was magnificent.
Yeah.
We're all hoping for that today. But why do you think that is? Why do you think he puts him on very, very late in the game?
It's a difficult one sometimes because I think it's because he's got the possibility of a goal in him, but he doesn't seem to offer an awful lot else to the rest of the game. So if Liverpool are still dominating the ball and getting a lot of possession, perhaps you need the players, a different sort of player on the pitch. I think he just looks back at those times like the Leicester game and thinks that's your ace in the hole when you need it. Bergwijn could come on and do something. And to be fair, there was one point where I thought he'd sort of tricked his way through, and he was about to get the shot off, but of course he ran into Virgil van Dijk, who's an incredibly good defender, and he just dealt with him, unfortunately. Another day could have ended with a shot across the goalkeeper and a goal. Yeah,
it's hilarious because I remember every single time Son or Kane would get right outside the box, we just start screaming, shoot, shoot, shoot. Because, just like Son's goal against Leicester, Son could curl the ball. He could get that shot on. He could do a phenomenal shot. Just like Kane's goal against Chelsea a couple of years ago. That really, really long shot. They could get those shots in. They're capable of doing that. If Højbjerg could hit the post from really far out, Kane and Son, imagine what they could do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think Kane and Son, they are our talismanic players, really, aren't they? That when we need goals, that's always the players you look to. And in recent games, all season really, last 2 seasons, if you like, the regular one is Kane feeding Sonny for a winner, or a couple of goals, or some cases even 4 goals in a game. And we kind of get used to that. We've been spoiled by it in some way. So sometimes, like today, you have to dig deep. You have to fight for everything, and just take what you can get out of the game. And we did that, and I thought it was a superb performance by the team, because we matched Liverpool for desire, throwing ourselves into the tackles as well at the back. It was all about the defense, and then just taking one of those few chances we knew we'd have, because it was going to be difficult. We knew that would happen. As you said, Kane and Sonny, that's the ones you look to, isn't it?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we've also all noticed this these past few games, but our passing's been really poor lately. Really poor. And it's mostly in the first half. First half passing's been absolutely poor. Second half it improves a little bit. Why do you think that is?
I think our players lack a bit of confidence when they're trying to play out from the back still. It's if you're really harsh, you'd say it's a bit of a lack of talent with some of them. Others, it's a mentality thing. And Liverpool are got arguably the most aggressive pressing team in the league, and have been for quite a while. So when they're putting some of our players under pressure, the passes go astray, and perhaps they're more alert to the stray pass than we are. It was hard going, even when the likes of Romero is getting stray passes. We're under a bit of pressure, because usually he's ice cold, never in trouble. But He was put under an awful lot of pressure in the first half. You're quite right. The first half was a lot worse than the second half for it. It seems to be a trait with the players. Sometimes it's like we start slowly. Can't really explain it. Is it something to do with fitness? Is it to do with the way we're set up? Are we maybe not attacking enough to get the confidence going and going forward? It's hard to say, but you're right to point it out. It's definitely happening.
Yeah. How big do you think this point is in the top 4 race?
It could be vital. We could be looking at the situation now where if we were expecting a loss today, which a lot of people were, we thought it might be too much to hope for. We could have been looking at a point later when we're depending on goal difference to go above Arsenal. Yeah, and that could be a little bit dodgy if we're losing a couple of games, they're winning a couple of games, and that goal difference we've got on them can quickly disappear. But the extra point that could be worth its weight in gold at the end of the season. Yeah, we're set up for a very close finish. If Arsenal only draw at Leeds, that'll be a great result for us. Yeah, even if they do win and they get the 4-point cushion, it's down to us beating them again. Then they're only that 1 point ahead, and that could be vital as well. Because if they lose one of the games and we only manage to draw it, we're ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I have 2 questions actually. I forgot to say my last one. The first one was, do you think Son will win the Golden Boot?
I think he's leaving it a bit late, but why not? He's only a couple of goals behind Salah.
He's only 2.
Yeah, only 2. Yeah, I'll certainly hope so because I have a £20 bet on him at 40 to 1. So I'll give him £800. That'll be very nice. But I think Sonny he deserves it. I think, I mean, just from a totally biased point of view, but he deserves it this season. He's been fantastic for us. If he finds form in the last, we got 3 games left. Why not? Couple of goals in one of them, couple of other goals in the others. Yeah, another 4 goals. Sneak ahead of Salah. Why not? Why not? Perhaps we'll even see him take a penalty if it's getting close. Because I'm sure Kane would give up the penalty. Duty if you thought his mate might just get the golden boot from it. Because it's you want to see one of your teammates do well if it's not you yourself. Yeah.
Okay, now to the second one. Who do you think was Liverpool's most crucial player?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Van Dijk was obviously very strong at the back there, and he also offered such a threat in our penalty area as well. He hit the bar with a header. And he snuffs out a lot of our attacks very easily. He's just such a good player. Midfield, you'd have to look at Thiago. He was doing very, very well, pulling the strings for them and setting a lot of their attacks up, passing the ball around like it was easy. Yeah. You also have to look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's always a threat. That some of the balls he was putting into the box were just excellent, really good quality balls. But we defended it so well. So you'd think their usual threats like Salah. Salah did almost nothing. He was yet again Sessegnon seemed to have the better of him on the whole, which is really interesting. It's a good confidence builder for Sessegnon, I think. Although he got a little tired towards the end as well. But the game changer for them was certainly Diaz. He looked like he was full of running. Looked very dangerous whenever he got on the ball. Always looking to create something or shoot. So I think you'd probably have to say that was their most influential player, even though he had a shorter time on the pitch than others.
Oh, he should have bought it.
Yeah, it wasn't going to happen though. Yeah, would have been nice. Would have been nice.
Oh, it would have been excellent.
We've got Sonny. We're fine.
Yeah.
Who do you think was our worst player in this game?
If I'm really harsh, I would have to say it was Bentancur or possibly Højbjerg. A little bit more to do with the fact that how Liverpool were playing. They were dominating that midfield area. Seemed like they always seem to have the extra man there. We were getting overrun a bit, so it's quite harsh to to really say they were playing badly, but certainly I think their role was diminished compared to lots of the other players. So if I had to single out one, possibly Bentancur, it wasn't his greatest game, certainly. But a great experience from him, and he'll learn from it because it's very difficult to go to Anfield, especially in the evening. Their home crowd is a really intimidating place to go, and the whole team will grow from this experience.
Yeah. Who do you think was our best player now?
Our best player. In the first half, it was difficult to decide. We had some very shaky moments, particularly after the half-hour mark, up till half-time. And some of the players you're expecting to do really well, such as Romero, he was a little bit off his game, getting the passing wrong. But when you look at the game on the whole, I think Romero and Davis were absolutely outstanding. They were putting their bodies on the line, throwing themselves in front of shots time and time again. And Romero's reading of the game and positional sense was fantastic. So I think Romero for me just edges it, but Davies was close behind. As I said, they both had a very dodgy period in the first half where you thought they're probably having bad games. But the way they redeemed themselves after that, they were absolutely outstanding. It was a colossal defensive performance. Dyer not too far behind either. He was a rock at the back there. With he kept all the play in front of him where he can cope with it. Dyer struggles when he has to turn around quickly. He's a big lad, so it's more difficult for him to do the sort of agile movements that some of the other players do. But defensive performance was what it was all about, and Romero just edging it from Ben Davis for me.
I remember every single corner did have Fabinho and Van Dijk just outside the box so that they could run in. 2 times Van Dijk got a header, and those 2 times Emerson was on him. I was screaming because Ben Davies is too small to handle Van Dijk. Strong, but he's too small. Romero would probably end up hitting him, giving a penalty away and getting a red because Romero's a little bit overly aggressive. I love it though. So I'm like, get Dyer on him. They're both big, they're both strong. But I don't think Dyer would be able to hold them out. So I think a perfect fit that would hold out Van Dijk in a corner would have been Davinson Sanchez.
He wasn't playing.
No, but if he was.
Oh,
because against Van Dijk in corners, I'd say Davinson Sanchez. If he was on, he would have defended him perfectly.
I think it's an interesting shout. I think, to be fair, most defenders struggle to keep Van Dijk out when he attacks in the opponent's area. He's a real handful. He's a very tall player, and he's got a good jump as well. So I think we actually dealt fairly well with him because even the likes. I'm trying to think who it was. I think it might have been Bentancur. He lost the header to Van Dijk, but he does just enough to barge his body into him, put him off the header a bit, and it sailed wide in one particular instance. Having played football myself, amateur level, sometimes you have to do that against bigger players. You know you can't win the header, so you just make it as difficult as you possibly can, and that's what we seem to be doing. Emerson, I'm never going to be convinced with his positional play or anything, but so losing Van Dijk isn't a surprise really. Having said that, Emerson actually did okay for us. I thought he put in a lot of hard work, and he was winning a lot of headers, and he held up his side of the pitch quite well. Van Dijk, of course, he's going to cause problems. I'm not going to point any fingers at our team for it, though.
Now, it's no surprise, and it hasn't been for a while. Our first half performances in every game have been dreadful. Or they've been okay, but everybody's been seeming out of form, even like today. But a second half, every single second half, we came back stronger and better than ever. What do you think Conte does during that 15-minute break that they have?
Difficult to say. If we're definitely failing to put the effort in, I think he absolutely loses his rag with them. He shouting at them, demanding better. If it's a tactical thing, and I think Conte now has a pretty good idea that some of the players might not be up to the scratch what he wants, but as long as he gets the effort out of them, that he can adjust things a little bit. I think he has to literally wait and see how well they're going to do on the day. So we start off slowly sometimes. He makes the tweaks at halftime and sees what happens. And he's been quite quick to make some adjustments after halftime in recent weeks when we needed it, dragging certain players off, replacing them. Lucas Moura against Leicester, for example, he only had to sort of about 10 minutes after halftime hold him off then because he clearly hadn't improved. So I think it's just a case of it's partly Conte getting to know his squad more and more. He needs to experience how they're going to be in the first half, change it at halftime till he gets all the players in he wants. We're going to see that for a little while, but it's a bit of a puzzler because you kind of expect your team to start off very aggressively and go for it, very attacking in the first start of the game, especially in the home games. You want the fans behind you, but can I put my finger on exactly what happens? No, not really. It's just a combination of things. It's just not quite happening for us at the moment.
Yeah. Do you think we'll be able to get top 4 this season?
Of course we will. We're going to smash Arsenal. Absolutely smash them. I'm talking. I think we're going to beat them about 4-0. They will be coming to us in the evening. It's like us going to Anfield. It's going to be a very hostile atmosphere for them, and I think they're going to crumble under that atmosphere. As soon as we get one goal, the floodgates will open. Kane loves scoring against them. Sonny's always likely to score against them. Couple of goals apiece, why not? And then that's it. They are under severe pressure because regardless of whether they win at Leeds, then if we beat them, they are going to be really under it. I don't see them having this glorious unbeaten run to the end of their season. They've already won a couple on the road. They're not going to keep that up. Why not Leeds beating them tomorrow as well? Make it even more spicy. It'll be nice if they have to come to us and they need to win. And we just send them home with nothing. Like they deserve. Come on. So of course we're getting top 4. I can't believe any other way.
Okay, now, last but not least, the last question. On a scale from 1 to 10, how shiny is Bob Spur's head?
Oh, it's a tricky one, that. I mean, you've seen it. I know you have. You commented on it on his show as well, if I remember rightly. Out of 1 to 10, I think you've got to break the scale and go for about 14, really, haven't you?
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today, and what a day! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was an honor to have you on our show.
An honor to be here, lads, and good luck with the rest of the show. For the rest, only the few games left in the season. Enjoy it. I'm glad to see you getting more confident when you're doing the shows. Your personalities are coming out. It's really fun to watch you two on your journey going through this presenting lark. Are you enjoying it all?
Yeah.
Good. It's coming across like that. That's as it should be. Always go with a smile on your face. Even when we lose, have a joke about it.
Yeah. Okay. How about you tell the people where they can find you?
I'm going to go over to Bob Spurs in a few minutes, actually. We're doing a sort of roundup of the team of the season, or players of the season for each position, and have a bit of fun on there. Otherwise, I like to just go and watch things like Shelfside Spurs a lot, and Ben Kaufman's the coffee shop. That's in the afternoons. Just generally go around the channels where I have a bit of fun. I don't host one anymore, so I'm just going where I'll find a bit of entertainment, really, including here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
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 Big game today. Wow, what a game though. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And remember, today is to do.
So go for it.
Come on, you Spurs.
We sang in France, we sang in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They tried to stop us, but they didn't. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs.
Make sure to like and subscribe.